All right, so we have a couple of minutes here, but we are live. So those of you watching the live stream, 1, 2 of you, welcome, and we'll get started in just a few minutes.
Yes.
This live stream is useful, by the way, if you fall asleep during the meeting and you want to go back and see what happened, you can go back and watch this at any time. Roy, or if you lost the minutes, shh. 15 seconds.
Hey, moving's difficult.
I know. Captain of the Color Guard, please advance and post the colors of our country.
Forward, arm. Forward, arm.
Right hand salute.
Color guard. Halt. Right face. Post. Colors. Present arms.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ready, two. Left face. Forward, march. Color guard. Halt. Order, on. Halt.
Please uncover. Stan, would you come down and give us an opening prayer, please?
Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for blessing us with a meal that we received. We come to you again to ask your blessings on this meeting tonight, and we just ask that you bless our commander and his cabinet to make good, sound decisions, and we will come to you again at the end of this meeting to give you thanks for the decisions that are made. We know that this Legion is very important to a lot of people, and we give you thanks again for all that you've done for us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Please recover. I'm going to wait just a minute for the sirens to go by, if you don't mind. All right, please join me in reciting the American Legion preamble. For those of you that haven't memorized it, you can follow the bouncing ball. For God and country, we associate ourselves together for the following purposes: to uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States of America, to maintain law and order, to foster and perpetuate a 100% Americanism, to preserve the memories and incidents of our associations in all wars, to inculcate a sense of individual obligation to the community, state, and nation, to combat the autocracy of both the classes and the masses, to make right the master of might, to promote peace and goodwill on earth, to safeguard and transmit to posterity the principles of justice, freedom, and democracy, to consecrate and sanctify our comradeship by our devotion to mutual helpfulness. Have a seat. I now declare this meeting of American Legion Post 233, Department of Georgia, regularly convened. Post Adjutant, do I have a quorum?
Yes, sir, we have one.
We have a quorum. So our Post Adjutant will now provide a brief reading of last meeting's minutes.
Very brief reading. You should all have a copy of the minutes. There are 5 reports attached. Anyone have any questions?
Wow, that was brief. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as published and read?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any corrections? Hearing none. All in favor of accepting the minutes as published and read, please raise your right hand. Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. At this time, I'd like to recognize the past post commanders who are present tonight. Stan Malton,
Thank you, Commander.
Bill Dolan. Thank you for being here, gentlemen. We do have a distinguished visitor tonight, and we'll hear from him later. Not that all of you aren't distinguished. Look at you, gray, grizzled. Look at you, distinguished. But tonight we have Derek Garman, from the commander of SAL Squadron 201 in Alpharetta. You'll hear from him later tonight. Welcome, sir. Glad to have you. Do we have any other visitors tonight? Any other visitors? Any new members? Sir, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? You can come up to the mic, or you can stand right there. Your call.
My name is Neil Gilroy, and I'm a retired Master Sergeant, U.S. Air Force. 4 years in the Navy preceding that. I'm a rider, been a rider many years. I love the American Legion and what they do for our veterans. I have seen what happens to our veterans. That's why we're here. And I'm here for that reason also. Godspeed to God and country.
Welcome, sir. Are there any Space Force veterans here tonight? Any Space Force veterans? So we do have a guest who didn't introduce himself, Neil Couch, or Ken Couch, sorry, who has been a member here in the past and came to visit us tonight. Welcome, Ken. Would you like to say something? You can or not, your call.
Hello, my name's Ken Couch. I live in Monroe. I served in the Air Force from 65 to 69. Got out Staff Sergeant, Vietnam veteran. Just proud to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the recent influx of Air Force veterans, because this place has gotten disturbingly naval over the last few years. And so it's good to see. Recognitions. I'd like to recognize Julie DeVries. She's sitting in the back. This is a recognition, and it's also an important lesson for all of us. Julie was recently standing at the Waffle House wearing a shirt that pleased someone in the Waffle House. You can take that for what it's worth. Angles?
Yes, I was standing in Angles.
Angles.
Okay. Well, so there was someone at from the Waffle House in Ingles. They go shopping too, apparently. And they overheard her, and they talked to her, and they heard what we're doing here. And because of that, we've entered into a partnership with our local Waffle House and with Waffle House Corporate. They recently held an event here, which netted us out a really nice rental. They're going to provide to us, they've already provided a whole host of their Waffle House certificate books for us to sell to benefit the Post. And they were so impressed with our facility that they have promised me several more rentals in the next year. And so thank you, Julie, for just being a good steward and a good representative of the Post. We appreciate you. I also want to recommend our partner, Becton Dixon, BD. Many of you know they come out and help with the flags. They provided several donations, and they brought in another donation the other day, and they're still working on getting us a corporate check. I've worked for big companies before. I know how that works. It's taking many, many months, but we're still working that process. All right, so in post news, it's nominating time. I have not been quiet about the fact that I'm a lame duck. I said from the beginning I would do 2 years. It's the hardest 2 years I've ever loved. Sorry, Army. But I'm done. I'll still be around. I'll still be a Legionnaire. I'll probably run the live stream without, being a little panicked about doing it from here. And so, but I'm done. And so in addition to that, all the positions, of course, are always contestable. Bob Matheny, please stand up. So Bob has agreed to chair our nominating committee. What's that? He's not running for anything, and to be honest, he was conscripted. He didn't actually volunteer. He was told he was doing this. The offices for which we will be voting at our June meeting. Okay, so pay attention. This is April. We have May and then June. In our June meeting, we're going to vote for the following offices: Post Commander, Senior Vice Commander, Junior Vice Commander, 3 executive committee members at large. If you are interested in any of those offices, first of all, God help you. But secondly, please see Bob Matheny between now and June. We will take nominations from the floor at that meeting. So if you change your mind at the last minute, that's fine. But just so you know, Bob has graciously agreed to run that. We will vote at the June meeting, and we will have an installation of officers in July, which will be, I think, July 6th. We'll have to look at that and see. I want to make a note here on some donations. So tonight I received a lovely donation of a transport chair. It is my personal goal when I'm done standing up here to continue to run our health equipment lending program. So I appreciate the fact that we got a nice chair tonight. But many of you are stopped because you're wearing your Legion cap or your Legion shirt, and people want to know, can they donate clothing here? Can they donate furniture here? I must take 24 calls a week from people who have some really interesting thing that they would like to donate to the Legion. It could be their grandfather's compass from World War II. It could be a suit coat that they think will help a Legionnaire get a job or a veteran get a job. Please be clear with people. We are not a clothing warehouse. I went down to the building the other day and we have a bunch of clothes again. I would like to say that we partner with both Fish and with the New Life Boutique over here. So if somebody comes to you and says, does the Legion take clothing? Please tell them that both Fish and the New Life Boutique will allow veterans to come there and shop if we send the letter with them. But we would rather they send the clothing to those organizations because they're equipped to handle it. The same is true with furniture. There is a furniture bank here in Atlanta. We've had veterans make use of that. So if I write a letter saying that a person was previously homeless, the furniture bank will not only give them furniture, but will deliver it and help them set it up. And so the furniture bank is a great notion, and also the Habitat Restore. Okay, so please, let's keep down those donations. And so if somebody asks you about those 2 things specifically, clothing and furniture, the answer is thank you, but we prefer these organizations get those things. So over the weekend, I got a call from one of our members who told me that our pool table was not level. I take all kinds of calls, but that one was really interesting. I was like, what? The pool table is not level. And so it was okay because I already had a list of demands into the company. They're a Loganville company that provides our Class A machines. And they came out today and they leveled the pool table. This member also complained about our pool cues, although he brings one when he comes. And so they rolled the cues around on the table and assured me that they were within what they call bar cue tolerances, which means if you're drunk enough, you don't care how crooked that cue is, right? And for those of you who have not been here, we have added several other machines. We have a Golden Team machine. About 4 of us have played that in the last 2 years. It's eaten several of my dollars, but it's not getting a lot. And so Julie sent to me a video of a helicopter machine, right? It's a game machine like you would see at Dave & Buster's, where you're flying a helicopter and you're shooting hapless civilians or whatever on the ground, water buffalo, whatever. And so I asked them for one of those, and they informed me that used, those machines go for $20,000. So we're getting a Terminator machine from the 1980s. But we will have some M16 looking things back there that you can shoot robots with very soon. And I want to point out something to you. As a consolation prize, they brought to me these lovely Stars and Stripes billiard balls. You're clapping because you don't drink. Do you have any idea how difficult this is going to make playing pool? Right? I thanked them soundly and said, we might put those in the machine, we might not, I don't know. So, we try to do business locally. In district news, I want to thank Mike, our service officer, for writing a perfectly petulant email. Recently, I got an email from our district commander and the American Legion at the state asking us to handle a veteran who belongs to Post 52 and Post 77 because he needed help with TFA, which is a normal Legion program. I was furious. We have a whole homeless program here, right? I don't need state sending me people who just need Legion help, normal Legion help, right? This is a program any one of you could do. It's a piece of paper you fill out. It's a phone call you have to make, and we can go through TFA. And so I sent this scathing email back to both the department and to district saying, sure, we would be happy to help, but I wanted to know why Post 77 and Post 52 weren't helping since it was a standard Legion program. And I sent that email out and I was feeling very smug and very happy with myself. And I got an email back in about a minute and a half from our VSO said, I'm already talking to the guy. And then I got an email back from Frank Miller who said, we're already helping him. Not only were we doing the thing that I was petulant about, but two of us were doing it. And so it ruined a perfectly good petulant email. In department news, Mike, are there any updates from conference from you? No. I'm sure it was a riveting meeting. They gave us this lovely black ribbon to commemorate the fact that we're at 100% membership. Not that you can tell it here tonight, but we are. And congratulations to all of you, and thank you for renewing. All right, Legion National News, I don't even want to talk about it. I continue to struggle with the whole Chip Ganassi racing thing, as many of us do. And apparently from the last magazine, they have doubled down on this, which does not please me at all. All right, and it's time again for the finance officer's report. A brief report will be provided by our finance officer.
Brief.
A brief report. Everybody, the inimitable Fritz Seiler.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you too much.
Good evening. If you, I hope that you picked up your finance report that's on the back table there, along with the other things that we've got. And you will see in living color that I have put down the amounts that are positive and the amounts that are not so positive. We didn't do as well this month in some categories as we did in others, and in the previous month. On the positive side, our electric bill was lower. That's about it. You may have some questions there about underneath raffle. It's got the amount $7,800, and then underneath that, $4,800 is a minus for a plus or a positive of plus $3,000. We have to buy raffle tickets that go along with the bingo games. And for a while, the raffle tickets were not a big deal. And then the company, the one and only company that produces those raffle tickets, stopped producing them. And they do this thing every once in a while. So our Carl had the guy that does the Bingo Bugle called literally all over the United States to find these raffle tickets. And I think that all of us are very familiar with supply and demand. We have all that we can find, and we have enough. You see, I think for a few more days, but it may be a couple of weeks before we have raffle tickets that are actually published from our source. The bingo folks are dealing with that. Everything that we do here has got some kind of cost that's associated with it, as you all know, just running your own household. If you would please, checking our balances at the end of March. Checking account was $32,360.40. Our savings account at the end of March was $16,622.84 for a total of liquid assets of $48,983.24. We still have the $75,000 that's remaining in our line of credit. Had a moment there. And I would remind you all again that what you see here is just for the moment. And if you check these amounts of what we have in the accounts tomorrow morning, it will be something totally different. So, all right, let's talk for just a moment, please, about where we are and doing things financially that support the Post. I know that many of us think, well, okay, I've paid my dues and we're good and we're going to come to the meetings and we're going to see that everything is flowing along just hunky-dory. Let me assure you that with the things that we're doing here to assist homeless veterans, it's taking every ounce of what we have in creative problem solvings with our involving finances, that we need everybody pretty much to be on board with this. It really is not enough just to pay your dues for the few folks that are watching tonight. We appreciate your watching, and we appreciate all the members that are here tonight, but it's more to this than just paying your dues. I know that everybody that's in this room is a member of some kind of group or another, and folks pay their dues and then they don't come to the meetings. So I hate that it sounds like I'm preaching to the choir, because you're here and you make a difference when you are here. But your participation in all the things that we do here, not based on whether it's a Post activity or a Color Guard activity or Legion Riders activity or 40 and 8 or whatever it happens to be, but as a member of the Post, everything that you do here matters. Everything that you do here matters. Even though it's just to come in and be a part of something without any kind of monetary value assigned to it, it matters that you come in and that you are part of it. I can assure you that the monies that we spend on our employees is very, very well spent. I'm not really sure how this is going to work out. Trying to replace any of them. If you were to look at what our payroll is, and that's a pretty obvious thing that's sitting down there. If you go to the page where I've got the P&L, just the general P&L, it shows what your payroll is, and the payroll is staying pretty much the same. It's around $7,000. This is about $2,000 less if you were to go back a year or so, and that you would find that we were spending around $9,000 on our payroll. So we're getting an awful lot of bang for our bucks with the folks that we've got that are working for us that are on our payroll here. The bingo workers are, I can't say enough good things about how much they are keeping this Post afloat. Without the things that happen in association with bingo, without the 50-50 raffles, and without just the bingo games themselves, we would not be able to do what we're doing. And that's just a fact. But there's just no way in the world we could do that. The support that's given to us either through rent or through the bartenders that we've got employed here or through the people that we have in the kitchen, it has to be, it really, for the amount that we're paying them on an hourly basis, it really has to be a labor of love. You can come in anytime and see what in the world we're paying our folks. That's why I say to replace them, should we lose them, is going to be difficult. For one thing, if you go across the street, they're advertising wages at $17 an hour, and they can't get people to come in there and work. You really have to come in here and work for either $10 to $12 an hour as a part-time person. You really have to love what you're doing and love what the Legion is doing. So anything that you can do as a member really makes a difference to them as well as to the Post. We need to all work together as one to try to get this business under control. And we are reaching out to other people for assistance, I can assure you. And thank you very much to the Legion Riders for contributing $10,000 last month into the coffers here. Everything that we're doing is to support the Post and to support the veterans that are in homeless. If you'll turn the front page over, the cover page over, you'll see that the bank has learned me how to do something. They schooled me. And they showed me how to put down, instead of writing with my incredible manuscript, what these different accounts are. You can actually call them up. I can, when I open the account as a finance officer, I see all the accounts that are underneath the umbrella of our tax identification number. So you can see there where everything is. And the COAM is the one weird account. We don't really own it. We just have to have it there. That's where we put money that is from that the lottery is taking from us. For those of you who don't know, when we make enough money, that we split it with the people who own the machines and with the lottery, and so that's where all that stuff comes from. You can see there the different checking accounts, and at some point, the SAL is going to probably get its own account because they are authorized to have their own tax identification number. And so more than likely their account will disappear from my view. And you can look on the next two pages, the first and second pages, and you can see for yourself, and you can use your calculators to determine what in the world's going on at this given moment from last month. And this is last month. This is what I put into QuickBooks. All this stuff comes right straight out of there. And really, if you have any questions, like one of our members asked me about ATM machine. No, we're not in the hole. I keep the ATM machine loaded. I have to have more money than is needed in the ATM machine. Otherwise, Tom or one of the other officers that's here doing bingo will be giving me a call and saying, the ATM machine is out of money, and the people playing bingo are angry at you. So I got one of those calls this past Sunday when we were down to $730 in the ATM machine. So on Monday, I went and got $4,000 out to put $1,000 in the bag in the vault and $3,000 in the machine. And yes, we do make money on the machine. And you won't see that on this general your P&L. You'll see that, and I do have the P&Ls that are detailed for this month, for this past month, as well as for the quarter, the first quarter, which we just passed. But please consider making yourself a very viable part of what we're doing down here. You make a big difference, even though it's just coming down here, maybe on a Friday night. The bar is a very user-friendly place. And by the way, the main hall bar and grill is well and healthy. And that's a great tribute to those who come and are patrons. You could be one too. Do you have any questions? Well, Mr. Commander, I seem to be done. Carry on.
Do I have a motion to accept the finance report as presented pending audit?
So moved.
Do I have a second? I have a motion and a second to accept the finance report as presented pending audit. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor of accepting the finance report as presented pending audit, please raise your right hand. Don't get ahead of me. I see you out there voting before I ask. Any opposed, same sign. Motion carries. It's like you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to committee reports. Post operations and membership. How many members we got, Roy?
We have 420. We have 428 renewals. We have 35 new members. That's exciting, and 26 paid up for life. There's still some out there that need to renew those. So I don't know how we got that order. But anyway, please renew if you haven't.
We have a question on the black ribbon. Okay. Legion Riders, Mr. Leeper.
So the Legion Riders have 36 total members on the rolls, 28 Legionnaires, 5 auxiliary, 3 sons, and there are 10 riders present tonight. Finance report as of the 15th of last month. Checking account, or actually as of today, I'm sorry, is checking account is $21,055.42, and the Jonathan Ayers Scholarship is $13,685.11. We had 7 riders report for the Americanism, total of 2,829 miles in 60 hours. Activities, we are well underway with the Ride for America planning. If anyone wants to, from the Post, wants to participate, our next meeting is Friday the 15th at 7 p.m. You can arrive at 6 p.m. in the grill and do dinner with us. And then we go down, or wherever we do the meeting, we'll do the meeting here on the Post property somewhere, and do the Ride for America meeting. On the 26th, we had several riders attend the Spring ALR Rally, which was in Duluth at the convention. Future, we have on the 16th, the riders will participate in the National Commander's Escort. We'll meet the commander at the Walk of Heroes in Conyers. Post members are also again invited to join us and welcome the National Commander. We'll meet at Sisters Restaurant in Loganville at 8 a.m. for breakfast, and then we'll drive or ride over to Walk of Heroes and wait for them to show up and greet them. And then on the 30th of this month, the riders are going to go down to Milledgeville to the Georgia War Veterans Home, and we're going to serve lunch and hand out goodie bags and to all the veterans that live there. So if anyone wants to come along, we'd be glad to have you. Contact myself or Nina or the commander to stay in the loop if you want to know times to join us doing that. Commander, that's my report.
Thank you, sir. Sons of the American Legion, Commander Dolan.
Nothing new to report, sir.
That's a negative report from the Sons of the American Legion. Blood Drive and Color Guard, Mr. Mahaffey. Happy birthday again.
Our next blood drive will be May the 26th. So if you can, please go online and make an appointment. They want people to have appointments so you won't sit around waiting. But if you do walk in, we'll try to work you in. And the Color Guard, we haven't had but one event since the last meeting, and that was we posted colors at the department convention in Duluth. And that's my report, sir.
Thank you. All right, skipping over a couple of things here. We'll make sure they're in your minutes. Service Officer, Mr. Madsen.
Good morning. How's everyone doing?
Good morning.
Oh, let's see. March was an exciting month. 43 appointments. That's a lot of me sitting in the Patriot Grill talking to you guys. What can I say? A little bit of everything. Getting a lot of folks signed up with individual unemployability, having a lot of trouble getting people to 100%. So the IU gets them to be financially compensated at 100%. They don't get all the benefits of 100%. A couple of things that the VA is working on to try to confuse us further is you might get a letter from them that says you owe money. Don't panic, give them a call. What it is they're sending out notifications of stuff like you have to send in another copy of your DD Form 214. Yes, folks, believe it or not, even if you Vietnam veteran guys filed with the VA back in the early 70s, what they'll do is they'll say they don't have a copy of your DD Form 214 or you haven't looked at your file in over 10 years, and to get your attention, they cut your benefits. Beautiful, right? All right, next thing was the medical records. They're going to a new system. They tested it in Arizona and it crashed the very first weekend. So once again, socialized medicine at its best. The next thing for my office is still could use some help. Would love to have somebody be able to do some of the basic screening. That does take up a lot of time. Right now, pretty much working 6 days a week on stuff. Somehow or another, not sure how it happened, but now I'm getting phone calls from out of state. Apparently the VA has my phone number and they're giving it out apparently with call him late, call him often. So two people I had this week, last week, one from California and one from Arizona. So if anything, hey, we're getting the name out, right? When I asked them how they got my name, they were told, both of them told me that when they contacted the VA about VSO support, they gave them Michael Madsen in Loganville, Georgia. Both people did say, where is Loganville? Just to keep with that going. The next thing is, and believe it or not, this has been a work in progress for a couple of months. I am now a Department of Community Care Georgia Rental Assistance Agent. And all y'all are like, whoop-de-damn-do, right? But you wouldn't believe what that does is that gives me the ability now to log into the state portal, as they call it, a sportal, and I can do applications for rental assistance. The state receives about $1 billion a year to help people pay their rent. Well, I don't know if y'all been paying attention, but we have a whole bunch of people across the street. Now I can help them. Hopefully the percentages look about 50% of what we're paying, well, I'll be able to now get recouped from the state government. And in return, yeah, that does mean you, believe it or not, because we did have to start turning people away recently, which breaks my heart. The next thing is that for every application that I fill out and submit that gets approved, the Legion will be receiving a check between $250 and $275.
Get on it.
So basically, my goal is to do at least 20 to 40 of those because I'll be working with Operation Rally Point as well. Plus, the name, the word's going to get out and people are just going to contact me anyways. If I can do 20 to 40 of those, we can recap and recoup a lot of the money that we've currently been spending. The next thing is as I said, we're joined at the hip because we can't afford a whole hip. Barry and I went to a business here in Loganville earlier today and spoke at their managers meeting, and they gave us a bunch of donations for the homeless program. So between all these things, believe it or not, I squeaked in enough time to write a grant proposal for the homeless assistance program. It's about an 11-page document that is incredibly boring. So if any of you are having trouble sleeping, I'll send you a copy. Basically, I'll be submitting that to major foundations such as the Arthur Blank, Major League Baseball, the NFL, stuff like that, to try to fund the entire program to alleviate any financial expenses for the Legion to take care of the homeless. So with that, there'd be a lot of additional benefits for the veterans that are homeless. And on top of that, we'll be able to include some services like mental health counseling, alcohol, drug abuse, those type of addiction counseling, as well as get them on a little bit better program so that we're not just, putting we're not giving a 95-year-old, mammogram for cancer. We're not putting a Band-Aid on something that really needs something substantial so that they can get traction and they can start taking care of themselves. Other than that, gosh, I've just had a boring month. If there's anything else y'all can think of to have me do, just call, I guess. Other than that, I just wanted to point out one thing, and I know there will be retaliation for this, but have y'all seen Tom's new Navy tattoo that he has on his forearm right there. He swears up and down that it's Air Force, but it's got a lot of nautical stuff on there. I'm not sure what's going on there.
It's got roads and mountains.
Little nautical symbols and stuff. I'm sure I'll pay before the night's over, but I had to go ahead.
Oh, you have no idea, sir.
So that is, without any questions, that's the end of my report.
It is the end for you, sir, yes. All kidding aside, it's been a hell of a month. We've reviewed all those proposals. The GRA thing is something that Mike has been working for a long time. It's a huge boon to not only our post, but our community. Most of the money that the state has spent in the last couple of years has been in DeKalb and Fulton counties, and very little of it has filtered out here. And so what an amazing thing that is, and I think it deserves another round of applause.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. All right, so let's see. Service officer, God, that took a long time. All right, the Vector program. Today we're going to hear from both Susie and Frank. So y'all do your thing.
Good evening. As I draft this report on the Sunday prior to this meeting, I contemplate the two sermons that I was part of earlier in the day. The first sermon covered the idea of keeping the Sabbath holy, and this was the less intimidating of the two. The second sermon, and far longer, was What's My Purpose? Heavy topics to be sure, but worthy of exploration. I found myself aligning the two topics with my work here at the Legion, and specifically within the Vector Committee. I think he would want me and my team to help the needy. Don't you agree? Whether it be a Sunday or any other day, I kind of feel like he might have our backs here. My purpose and the purpose of this committee, to help in any manner possible, to the best of our abilities within the scope of the program, to end any amount of homelessness with whatever tools handy, definitely on the right path. I am certainly not alone in my endeavor to help those fighting homelessness. As I sat with my partner Frank Miller and the commander Tom Williams, we came together this particular Sunday in an effort to brainstorm ways to reduce the number of veterans that we're currently housing at the Wits Inn. You see, we've reached the end of our funds that were set aside to help them. And now the clock is ticking in a deafening fashion. You might think that this shouldn't be that hard of a task, but I assure you it's anything but easy. Each of those mostly young veterans is not just a face or a body that comes and goes through the doors of this Legion once a week. Each has a story and a past, and more critically, each has a future yet to be determined. Each is fighting a situation that most of us know nothing about. So I ask for some levity in our daunting task towards reducing their number. It comes at a price, and one that will not just be borne by the Legion. Frank and I have been asked to reduce the number of homeless veterans that we are caring for at the Wits End from 14 to 10. This means that we must figure out a way to come up with approximately $8,000 a month to house and feed the extra 4 veterans. What that breaks down to is $1,900 a month, which is the cost of care times 4 vets. In a time where our economy is so wildly fluctuating with the rising costs of housing, food, gas, clothing, and medical, these veterans quite literally have nowhere to go but us. It also means that until we reduce our number down to 10 veterans or secure alternative sources of monthly revenue, we cannot help any new people in need, none whatsoever, no matter their plight. I don't know about you, but that weighs heavily on my mind each night. It is why I ask for your help now, yet again. If you feel that your purpose may be to assist us with the Vector Committee, either financially or through volunteering, please contact either myself or Frank Miller. We need you, and I know they need you. You can make a difference working one of the core pillars of our Legion. One of the biggest benefits is you get to see these individuals transition from where they were to a seemingly endless array of possibilities open to them as they complete this program. and 2 of ours just did this week. Both found permanent housing and are now on their way. We are also working with 5 individuals with our partner Hope Atlanta to get them into their own residences. There are avenues being explored with the staff at Wits End to see if some of our lodgers can become partial payers or even self-payers during their stays there. Frank is in the process of being able to launch the hotel vouchers directly from our software program, Power Diary, and Mike Madsen has steadfastly been putting together applications for grants to subsidize this program as well. Every single one of these things are positive steps with a definitive purpose. Thank you again to those who have continued to collaborate with us in this committee to find long-term solutions for the problem of veteran homelessness. We are committed to staying the course because we have seen firsthand the success stories that occur when this program is worked and care is administered. We're looking forward to the golf event next week, so if you haven't signed up yet, tee up, people, for God and country.
Okay, it's a hard call to ask people to cut the number of people we're helping. But sometimes that's what's necessary, and that's where we are. I will say that I talked to the senior vice of the Sons of the American Legion for the Department of Georgia last night. There's at least $2,500 coming our way from them. And I talked to the folks at Becton Dixon, and there's at least $1,000 coming there. So we're on our way to building up some additional funding into the work that, in addition to the work that Mike is doing. So keep us in your thoughts and prayers as we work through this. Paul Williams, do you have anything?
No report, man.
No report. All right. Matthew Clifton, you got something? Come on, Maureen, let's go.
Just a quick message. We got our recharter finished. Cub Scouts, Pack 536, has 6 adults, 29 youth. Boy Scouts, Troop 535, 24 adults, 28 youth. We have a lot of fun there. Our Girls Troop, 5535, has 6 adults, 14 youth. All of them went to spring camporee this year and had a blast, went camping, got cold. Julie got frostbite. And that's all I get to report at this time. Thank you much.
Thank you.
Anchors away.
Anchors away.
That's the tattoo.
Honest to God, it's like they think that only the Navy uses a compass. So I got a couple of reports in writing that we'll attach to the minutes. I got a report from the Civil Air Patrol and the Sea Cadets, and we'll make sure that those get attached to you. John Spudik sent in a written report as well. There's still no activity on VAVS. Steve Lindgren, you have anything for me?
Yes.
Steve's our historian. If you're not, I just said his name, but he's our historian. Thank you, sir.
The next update to the post-233 history will contain a list of the Legionnaires of the Year. Thoughts are being directed to include the impact of the pandemic on our post-233 activities.
Speak into the microphone, please.
Thoughts are being directed to include the impact of the pandemic on our post-233 activities. And finally, I understand that an effort is underway to develop a history for the American Legion Riders, and I will assist in any way that I can for that project.
Thank you, sir. All right. Any other committee reports tonight? Anyone I missed? I will also include a written note for the Health Equipment Lending Program. All right. Any old business? Old business. Any new business? Any new business? Derek, come on up, sir. Absolutely, come on. Also, this way, all of our adoring watchers on YouTube can see your face.
There you go.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Derek Garman. I'm the SL commander of 201 Alpharetta. I want to come here tonight. We have a big event going on in Alpharetta here in the next 3 weeks. We have what we call going on a reverse raffle. It's going to be held on April 23rd. The doors will open at 2:30. The raffle will start at 3:30. Each ticket, though, let me explain the raffle to you. It's a $100 ticket. Each ticket gets in 2 people for free, which includes free dinner. We're having prime rib, honey baked ham, chicken fingers. The ladies are making a big dessert spread, and it also includes free beverages during the event, which includes free alcohol during the whole event. $5,000 winner on the last ticket. The first ticket option is a $200 winner. You can take the $200 or throw it back in the hamper. Every 25th ball pays money. So the 25th ball pays $200, and then the 50th ball pays $250, and then the 75th ball pays $300. The 100th ball pays $400, and the 125th ball pays $500. And when you get down to the last 5 tickets, you got an option to either split or no split. If one person on that ticket says no split, then we draw another ticket, which would be $1,250 for each winner, and that's the $5,000. Then if somebody said no split, then it'd be 3 tickets. Then after that, it'd be 2 tickets. I never seen it go to 1 ticket for. It takes a lot of guts to split $2,500 between somebody to say no, but it normally goes to $2,500 a ticket though. I got tickets on me. You don't have to be present to win. And if anybody's interested in buying tickets, or if the leading organization is interested in buying tickets, anybody, just please let me know. You can split the ticket with anybody. Each ticket $50 a person. Or if you want to split it 4 ways, but only 2 people can get in, you can do that too. So if anybody's interested in tickets or anything, please let me know. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Commander. Thank you.
So just a note that there's free prime rib and alcohol associated with your ticket. So if you're not present, you're not winning. Just saying. All right, under good of the order, I'd like to ask Roy to come up and give us a brief update on the golf tournament.
Back in January, I was elected president of the Brotherhood of St. Timothy, our men's group at Holy Cross. And the next thing I know, they're talking about a golf tournament. And people tell me that it takes about 9 months really to put together a good, successful tournament. Well, we have done it with your help in 3 months. And we have about 21 teams now, which is, we think, pretty good. We have raised over $20,000 in sponsorship. And on top of that, we have, we have about 25 raffle prizes. And some of those prizes are really tremendous. So if nothing else, come out on April 11th to Providence Club and buy a raffle ticket and cheer the guys on that are playing. Tom and Fritz might need a lot of cheering, they tell me. But anyway, please cheer them on. And thank you for those who have contributed and tried to help with this, because it's going for a very good cause. So thank you, everyone.
Is there anyone here who plays golf who hasn't played in, say, the last 20 years? Anyone? Okay, so our plan, since Fritz and I are playing, is to come in dead last. Usually there's a prize for that. So if you want to come play with us, we have 2 spots left in the foursome, but you have to be terrible. And you can't fake it. You can't fake it, but you can come play with us.
We're not faking it.
All right, I'd like to ask Stan to come up and give us an update for Ride for America. Under good of the order. Don't do that. You don't need any sort of preparation for this. Go ahead.
Okay, we're well underway with Ride for America, and it looks to be the most successful ride that we've had yet. So we're real happy with what's going on. Some of the members of the post are already volunteering. Tom is handling a lot of this himself, although he wants to go on the ride. So I don't know who you gonna leave behind in charge. I was kind of concerned.
She's
about-
behind the bar. She'll take care of everything.
Okay, all right. But Ride for America is really a great organization that we're proud of here at this post. It brings a lot of recognition to the post, and for that, we're very, very grateful. As I said earlier, Joe, being the director of Legion Riders, and the Legion Riders themselves voted to give the post or donate to the post $10,000 toward the different projects that the post has going on, and we hope to continue to do that sort of thing. So thank you, and if you're interested in volunteering the day of, please get with Tom or Joe or myself to make sure that we make this thing go off as well as it has in the past. One quick note, for the good of the order, if I may. I was called by the mayor of Loganville recently, and the reason I say it's good for the order, Loganville does a lot of good things, and this Legion's been a part of Loganville and getting the city of Loganville actually going for a long time. Tom did a good speech on the history, so our historian might want to take note of that, of all the good things that the Post did for the city itself when the city was first formed. So, but anyway, when I was called by the mayor, he asked me to be on the committee to raise funds for the Boy Scouts. Not the local Boy Scouts now, by the way, but the North Georgia Boy Scouts Association. And I'd like to say that that's going really well too. Tomorrow's the deadline, but if you want to make a donation to the North Georgia Association of Boy Scouts, I hope I'm saying that right. But anyway, please see me after the meeting. And that's my report, sir.
Thank you. I'll get you in just a minute. So speaking of scouts, I know that only about 36.2% of you open my emails. I also know the names of the people who do and the people who don't. I didn't know I knew that until this weekend. When I looked and I was like, oh, look at this. I know who actually opened it, not just a number. I'm not going to call anybody out. But if you didn't get a chance to open it, what you missed this week were some pictures of a young Boy Scout, notably from the Northeast Georgia Council, not from our troop, who was looking for an Eagle Scout project. Our friend Jack Frost sadly passed away before he could make good on his promise to build me a new worn flag box. And so that was a very sad thing. And so then I was looking for someone else to take that over. And I got a call from Julie that said she had an Eagle Scout candidate, a Life Scout, who was looking for a project. And I said, we need a new flag box. And it's amazing. This young man, for those of you that don't remember the old flag box, it was in disrepair. It was actually the first project I ever took on here as a Legionnaire. I walked in the door and said, that needs painted. And Jim Carmona looked at me and said, so good that you should say that, make it happen. And I did. And what I discovered was that Bobby built that box, or someone did, out of one of the old gaming machines. And so it was made out of press board, actually. The sides were made out of press board, and with the weather, they were starting to swell and come apart. And so this young man built us a new flag box with a new sign that says Worn Flags. You will note that it does not have the large Legion emblem on it. That's on order. And as soon as that comes in, we'll make sure that gets put back on there. He wasn't even done putting it up when the first flag came in. But if you get a chance in the daylight, please take a look at it, because it's a tremendous project. He did a really nice job. It's nice on both sides, actually. It's good for Jerry and others who are trying to get into it, easier than the old one. So scouting is a good project, and we've got a bunch more scouts in the council who are looking for Eagle projects. So if you are one of the people who's around here, Mr. Burwell, and you know of a project that we could have somebody do for their Eagle project or their Silver or Gold project for Girl Scouts, please let us know, and we'll get those lined up.
We are not Girl Scouts, it's Scouting BSA Girls Troop.
I actually wasn't speaking to you, ma'am. We do have Girl Scouts in the community, though. Since you brought a scout that isn't from here, so can I. So the scout that did this was not from our troop, actually. He was from 499. So there you go. All right. Any other things for the good of the order? Anything? I want to again commend all of those people on all the committees here. I'm sorry, Bob, what do you have?
I just have a question.
Yes.
I've checked on it several times, but what is the status of us turning in books that can be given to different?
So the question is, what's the status of us going back to delivering books to the hospitals? So John checked this week, and we're still not able to do that through
The
VAVS.
hospital is not accepting any books, and the primary reason is that they do not have the authorization to bring in volunteers yet.
Yeah. So if you have a small number of books, we do have the lending library here in the back in the grill. We prefer military books. If somebody brings in another book of more limericks, my wife is going to kick me. And so please keep them to books that are military related. But we do have a lending library. It's the Lawson Sewell Memorial Lending Library, and it's right back there in the grill. Anything else for good of the order? All right, again, I want to commend all of the people on our committees. This is a lot of work, y'all. It's a lot of work for people who are retired. It's a lot of work for people who aren't retired. This Legion does a lot, and I know that, right? The joy of this job is that I get to see the breadth of the things that this Legion accomplishes with volunteer labor, and it's amazing. It's amazing. So thank you all. From the blood drive and the color guard to the VSOs to VAVS, even though we're not there yet, to the scouting program. Anybody I'm forgetting, 40 and 8, all of that stuff, champs. What we do here is amazing work, and you all should be proud of this Legion and what we accomplish in this community. I am. All right. Our next meeting will be on Tuesday, May the 3rd, 2022. Once again, we will join together for dinner at 7, and we'll meet at 8 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn? That was not quick enough. Okay, here we go. I'll give you a minute. It's been a while. Are all the groans done? All right, Captain of the Color Guard.
The flag of our country to remain in points of honor. Right hand salute. 2.
All right, please uncover. Stand to come up and give us a closing prayer.
Heavenly Father, we come to you again tonight to give you praise for all the good things that I know that you're all seeing and all hearing, God, and I know that you heard a lot of good things tonight. So we ask that you continue to bless this Legion, to continue to help our veterans. I know that there's a lot of people out there that need the help that we can render. Please continue to bless us to help those veterans. And go with us as we travel home tonight, keep us safe. But most of all, take care of all the veterans that we have all across this great nation, and not only the nation, but that are serving our country abroad. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Please recover. To those of you on the live stream, thank you, whether you're watching live tonight or whether you're watching sometime next week. We appreciate you participating that way. Hopefully sometime in the future we'll be able to have more interaction with people who can't be here. That said, by the power vested in me by the Legion and y'all, I now declare this meeting of American Legion Post 233, the American Legion Department of Georgia, adjourned.
Okay.